The district attorney sat completely still at the dark, polished table across the courtroom. My father sat in front of me at an identical table, but he was full of nervous energy. He shifted, ran a hand through his silver hair, and leaned over to whisper to his attorney. I clasped my hands in my lap until the ring on my index finger dug into my flesh. This was the last chance my father had for freedom. The last day he would be able to throw himself on the mercy of the court. My gaze wandered back to the district attorney, the one who had my father arrested. Investigators scrutinized every last cent the old man ever invested or borrowed, and just like that, my world became a smoldering heap of ashes, all because of one man. Sinclair Vinemont was unmoving, like a spider poised on a web, waiting for the slightest sensation of movement from a hapless moth. My father was the moth, and Vinemont was about to destroy him. The investigation and prosecution had been the careful work of a master. Vinemont had woven the cocoon tighter and tighter until my father was caught from all sides. He had nowhere to run, nowhere to try and hide from Vinemont's poison. Dad was being systematically dismantled by the silent monster in a perfect suit. I wanted to crumble. I couldn't. Dad needed me, no matter the long list of allegations and the even longer list of evidence against him. He was my father. He had always been there for me, always protected me, stood by me, and encouraged me, even after what my mother had done, even after what I had done. I would not leave his side. He was staring down a hefty prison sentence. Even if the worst happened, I would visit him, call him, write him, and keep him company until the day he got out. I owed him that, and much more. I stared at Vinemont so hard I hoped he would burst into flames from the sheer heat of my hatred. I'd wished for his demise for so long, it had become like second nature to me. I hated him, hated every slick word from his mouth, every breath he took. Vinemont's downfall was stuck on replay in my mind. As I glared at his back, he remained tranquil, completely at ease despite my father coming apart with worry at the table next to him. I forced myself to drop my gaze, lest anyone see me glaring at him with embittered rage. I couldn't bear for my father to suffer any further torment, especially not if it was based on any of my actions. My hands were pale in my lap, a white contrast to my dark pinstriped skirt. I took a deep breath and settled myself. It would do no good for me to start falling apart now, not in the face of my father's sentencing. I let out my breath, slowly, and looked up. Something was different. I darted my gaze to the side. Sinclair Vinemont sat just as still, but now his eyes were trained on me. His gaze pierced me, as if he were seeing more than my exterior. I refused to turn away, and instead gave him a matching stare full of righteous anger. We were locked in a battle, though not a word was said and no one threw a punch.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.